Natural remedies to fight asthma. How are my dear friends of YouTuber? This time you talk about what asthma is and what products we can use to fight it and alleviate its symptoms. Asthma is a condition in which the airways are narrowed and swollen, which produces more mucus. This could make breathing difficult and cause coughing, wheezing when breathing and shortness of breath. For some people, asthma is a minor annoyance. For others, it can be a considerable problem. It interferes with daily activities and can cause asthma attacks that put life at risk. Asthma has no cure, but its symptoms can be controlled. Because asthma changes with the passage of time, it is important that you collaborate with the doctors so that you can control the symptoms of this disease, and thus adjust the treatment as necessary. The symptoms of asthma vary depending on the person. You may have asthma attacks infrequently, or very often, when you do exercises or just when you are at rest but in an environment conducive to activate asthma. The symptoms of asthma include shortness of breath, pain or tightness in the chest, sleeping problems caused by shortness of breath, coughing or wheezing when breathing, a whistling or whistling sound that can be heard when exhaling. The whistle when breathing is a frequent sign of asthma in children. Coughing or wheezing when breathing that gets worse with a respiratory virus, such as a cold or flu. Signs that indicate that asthma is probably getting worse include increased difficulty in breathing, calculated with a maximum flow meter, which is a device that is used to check the functioning of the lungs. Need to use a quick relief inhaler more often. For some people, the symptoms of asthma are exacerbated in certain situations. Asthma triggered by exercise, which can get worse with cold, dry air. Occupational asthma, triggered by irritants in the workplace, such as chemical vapors, gases, or dust. Allergic asthma, triggered by substances found in the air, such as pollen, mold spores, cockroach residues, or skin particles. And dry saliva that pets lose pet dander. Asthma triggers. Exposure to various irritants and substances that trigger allergies, allergens, can cause signs and symptoms of asthma. The triggers of asthma vary from one person to another and may include the following: substances found in the air, such as pollen, mites. Physical activity, asthma caused by exercise. Cold air. Air pollutants and irritants, such as smoke. Certain medications, such as beta blockers, aspirin, ibuprofen, or others and naproxen etc. Strong emotions and stress. Sulfites and preservatives added to some types of food and beverages, including shrimp, dried fruits, processed potatoes, beer, and wine. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, a disorder in which stomach acid builds up in the throat. Risk factors. It is believed that several factors increase the chances of having asthma. Some of them are the following: having a blood relative as father or brother with asthma, having an allergic condition, such as atopic dermatitis or allergic rhinitis, hay fever, being overweight, be a smoker, exposure to passive smoking, exposure to exhaust gases or other types of pollution, exposure to triggers in the workplace, such as chemicals used in the industries of agriculture, hairdressing, and manufacturing. Mother Nature has an arsenal of remedies that can be very helpful in controlling asthma and relieving symptoms. Some of them like garlic, onion, ginger, lemon, or honey are within reach of your cupboard. Look at the list and always have at hand. Remember, May is Asthma Awareness Month. The powerful ginger. Ginger tea is a great alternative to relieve asthma naturally. Some of its components would have a bronchodilator effect that would help to breathe better, according to scientists at Columbia University. This effect is due to its action to inhibit an enzyme that causes the muscles of the airways to contract and at the same time activates another enzyme that relaxes the respiratory tract. The powerful onion. The onion is famous for making people cry and put a lot of flavor in the dishes. But it also contains a flavonoid called quercetin that helps relax the bronchi and decrease the constriction of the airways. Another of its compounds, which has onion, is the thiosulfates, which would also have anti-asthmatic properties. The wonderful garlic was used as a natural medicine long before it was used as a condiment. Thanks to its anti-inflammatory properties, it has been considered as one of the most effective home remedies against asthma. Garlic extract significantly reduces inflammation of the respiratory tract. Lemon juice. Drinking lemon juice mixed with water helps prevent mucus from accumulating in the bronchi, improves breathing and cleanses the respiratory system of bacteria and germs that could hinder the passage of air. You can also inhale the steam from the hot drink. Prodigious green tea. Green tea is a natural source of theophylline, a substance with bronchodilator action, which is part of many drugs used in the treatment of asthma, and that relaxes the muscles that support the bronchial tubes. It is used to prevent and treat the snort. Aromatic rosemary. Rosemary is another plant used since ancient times for its medicinal and aromatic properties, and to which popular wisdom attributes desinflammatory and expectorant properties to cleanse and clear the airways. Drinking an infusion of rosemary or making vapors with it can help you feel better. How to make onion syrup for asthma. 1. Chop purple onion into slices and pour into a large skillet over medium heat. 2. Let it cook for 3 minutes and cover it with water. 3. Keep the fire until the water evaporates and there are only 2/3 of what was left. 4. Squeeze 2 lemons and add their juice to the pan along with 2 tablespoons of honey. 5. Remove the ingredients so they mix well. 6. Turn off the heat and let it sit for 12 hours, after that time strain it and save it for whenever you want. Take a spoonful of this syrup before each meal for as long as you want. When you finish you can re-prepare it and enjoy its fantastic properties. If you do not like its flavor you can choose to dilute a spoonful in a glass of hot water and take it as if it were an infusion. Well, my dear friends, I hope this information is very useful for you. If they like to give it to you and share it with friends, family, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. The best energies to all of you that have a very positive days in the company of the beings that most love. Blessings and a strong hug.